Hi guys, thank you for joining me on creating your beautiful dandelion card, or you can frame it and hang it on the wall. Totally up to you. So, in your kit you're going to have these nice little watercolors, a lot cleaner, neater than these, but you'll have this kit. In the kit you get this really cruddy brush. We don't want to use this cruddy brush. This thing right here, you know what you do with it? Chuck it. Don't want that. You're going to get two other brushes, a small brush and a larger brush that's super duper soft. I call it Mr. Softy. So what we're going to do for this awesome card is, first of all, you're going to grab your card, fold it on up. Now you can do it like this or like this, whichever works best for you. Totally yours. I mean, your idea. So I just painted the card on this side, so that way we had the picture that we're going by. And then I'm going to paint right here, so that way you can see what I'm doing as I go along. So you'll have a vision of both of these at the same time. So the very first thing we're going to do, dun, 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 we're going to get our green wet. So we're going to take our small brush, put it in our green. And what we're going to do, oh, and before I forget, you're going to want to paint on the table, not on an easel, but on the table, because watercolors are very watery and it can tend to drip, but I'm just doing it this way so I can teach you. So try to do it on the table as you're painting. So we got the green with our small brush, and I'm going to draw the stem. Boop. There's the stem for the dandelion, just to get it started. Remember, we do not want perfect lines, perfect angles. That's so boring. And boop, there we go. There's a little stem. And if you look here, little leaf. If you look here, there's a little ladybug over there. So now I have the stem for the dandelion. It's a cute little stem. And now I'm just going to wipe my brush off on the paper towel. And we're going to use black next. So get a little dab of water, put it in your black. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to draw that nice oval. That's the center of the flower. Boom! So now I have the center of the flower. That's to just kind of give an idea. And I'm going to just fill it in just a little bit, but not totally. I want just enough just to kind of fill the base in, so to speak. There. Now, also on my stem, I got a little bit of black that goes down here. A little bit there, just to kind of give it some oomph. Now I'm going to rinse my brush off. And on the very bottom, there's these little lines that kind of come up towards the center. I'm going to put that in there. And so it comes right off the bottom of the oval. Let's see, and I think I'm going to make a couple of them a little bit longer because there's too much symmetry going on. We don't want no symmetry. All right, so we have that. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to wash our small brush off again still. Put a little bit of water in the black if need be. We don't want too much water though, where it gets out of hand or out of control, because we want fine lines, so we want just enough. So what we're going to do next is, you see all these fine lines, black lines right here? We're going to do that next. Now if you look, the best way to do it is like these lines are almost coming out to like arms on a clock. So say like this is 12 o'clock, so on, so on, so on. We want them to fan out. So it comes from the center, fans outwards. For OCD people, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 lines. But you can do as many as you want, whatever you deem necessary. And all we do is, if you look, I'm like even holding my arm still, or you can put your pinky right on the area, next to the area you're painting, whatever works best for you. I'm going to hold my hand because I'm at a weird angle so I can teach this. So it's best for me. And if you notice, my lines are not exactly perfect either. We don't want it to be totally perfect. We want it to have that natural character going on. There, then I'm just gonna, my black oval here, I'm gonna fill it in a little bit more now. There we go. So we got some lineage going on. Lineage, it's a new word of the night. So, if you look really closely, there's these little seedlings kind of flowing away. We're gonna do a couple of those. Now you can put them wherever you want, honestly. It's totally up to you. I'm gonna put this one here. There's a little small oval in the bottom, which is the seed. Now, I do lines. See how I almost did like an arrow going up? So we want to continue right at the same point, but add a couple more lines, and then boop, you have your flying away seed. Now it's up to you wherever you want to put these. You can do 2, you can do 22. Totally up to you. It's your masterpiece. So it's up to you on where you want to put those. You can put some up above. You can put some down. You can put some up above. You can put some down below. Wherever you want to put these little seeds flowing away is up to you. Now I'm going to wash my brush one more time. I'm going to get a little bit of water in the red, but not too much because we don't want it too flowy. And I'm going to do a nice little half circle for our little ladybug right there. Boop. And then I'm really not even going to wash my brush off. I'm going to cheat. And I'm going to do a nice little black head right there and some little polka dots on the ladybug. Perfect. So, the next step we're going to do is we're going to do all this beautiful color around. So we are going to want to get Mr. Fuzzy, get him wet, and let's see, let's start with some red. Now, as you see, if you look closely, see how there's space where those black lines are? There's a little bit of white area behind it. We want to keep that or it's going to look like a giant poof ball. We don't want giant poof ball. We want a little bit of space around here. So keep that in mind as we're painting. So I'm going to do just a little bit of that reddish right here. I'm going to dab away. And we're going to kind of mix and match as we go as well. So we want that in a couple spots. Beautiful. So now we have a little bit of that red going on in there. Just go ahead, wash your brush, boop boop. Wipe it off on the paper towel if need be. Next color I'm going to use is purple. So go ahead, wash your brush off, add a little bit of water to your purple. Not too much. You don't want it super drippy, but we want just enough or it's adding some beautiful color on there. I don't know, I'm just gonna hold this down. See, like my purple is a little too wet, so it's really drippy. And it's actually coming on super light because I put too much water in there. So just kind of a hindsight, so to speak. If you put too much on there, it's going to be lighter. But see how I'm dabbing away? And also see how I'm leaving somewhat of a space in here. Now, also, since we're doing the purple, I have purple on the center of my flower, the center part. There's some purple going on there. So I'm going to add a little bit over the green for purple. There. It just gives it a little more color oomph. And the next color we're going to use is we want a little bit of water in our blue. And remember, no two of these are ever going to come out the same. So don't expect yours to be exactly like mine. And mine never come out exactly the same. That is the beauty of it. So the less water you put in your color, the darker it's going to become. So it's up to you whether you want light pastels or whether you want darker colors. And remember, we don't want it uniform. There. So see, we're kind of getting along there. And we're adding our different colors. think I'm going to add a little more purple, darker purple there. There, that's making me happier over there. Perfect. All right, now I'm going to add a little bit of yellow. So I wash my brush off. Add a little bit of yellow. And see, I didn't add as much water into this yellow, so it's coming out much darker, much brighter. So it's all on personal preference. Play around with it, explore, have fun. Definitely see what works for you because everybody does things a little bit differently. So we get that beautiful dandelion going on, and if you look, there's a lot of splatter in the background. So it's up to you how heavy you want that splatter. And kind of get used to how much water equals to how light or dark your watercolor becomes. So you can add water. You can also do the splatter where you add water, then you take your brush and you flick it. And so you can also flick. And it makes a perfect little dots. It's very therapeutic. You can go around making dots and layers, giving it character. And I did my dots in blue, but I think I'm going to add a little bit of red in there too, just to kind of give it some color. And give it that nice little character in there of watercolor, which makes it beautiful. So what we're going to do is I'm going to come a little bit closer so you can kind of see. Ta-da! So it's up to you on what colors you want to use. And I want to thank you so much for joining me on creating this. And I hope you had a great time. And bear with me as I'm doing new to these videos. And please feel free to message me anytime at all if you have any questions. I'm more than happy to help you out. And thank you very much. Bye.